The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Thursday, the 21st day of December 2023, and this is the final episode. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour. Final episode of 2023, brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, and Lindos. I'm Jamal Hartman, she's Sancha Durham, and Maya Palacio will be with us in a bit to bring you her final news break of 2023. Sancha, how are you feeling on this final show of 2023?
I just came back, Jamal.
Yeah.
And we're ending it.
Yeah.
It's been a long year,
Yeah.
It's been a good one, but it's been a long one. I think you and I have learned a lot about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like really my brother now.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to get rid of me.
But we've had a really good year.
Yeah. And not getting mushy, still early in the show, but honestly, I'm glad you were open. Like I think we've grown this year. I think this audience is in for something in 2024. I think they're gonna get a lot of special things, and yeah. Final show. So greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today. As we close the calendar year out on this show, we're gonna discuss, some things. We'll put the question up in a few, but we will be having one more daily play, which is more holiday trivia.
Don't walk into this one. This is easy.
I'm not even gonna say it this time, but it's easier than yesterday. Well, I am. It's easier than yesterday. I think she's like this, folks. Okay. And then please don't forget to subscribe on our website if you haven't already, because you're gonna want to stay up to date on when the show will be returning live in 2024. Last year we got a lot of questions. Just if you haven't subscribed on the website, we probably sent 4 emails in total in 2023. We don't send emails like that. So just subscribe to the website, or you can follow us on all of our social media channels, because most of you follow us on some. So you may have missed that I actually had a behind the scenes on Instagram the other day. It's still up. You can watch and see. Maya did one a couple weeks ago, and then the boss made me do one. So you can see what actually happens behind the scenes right before we come live. And Sancha's going to be doing one soon, so don't worry. All right, but you can do one soon.
Mine's is nothing like you and Maya's.
What's that?
I said my get ready in the morning is nothing like you and Maya's.
I don't know. We don't have Maddox. I don't know.
You guys are calm. You're
yeah. She's got a lot more going on, folks. A lot more going on. But make sure you follow us and stay in touch with us during the holiday break. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. But let's just jump right into the question of the morning, folks. This one, and good morning to you. Awesome Thursday, Jamel and Sancha and MP Maya says Suzanne Engelman. An awesome Thursday to you as well. But let's just jump right into it. This is our question for the day. What are some wins for Bermuda in 2023? What would you consider some wins for Bermuda in 2023? What are some things that you say, you know what? It wasn't all bad? Because remember yesterday, Sancha, like the audience, we had some issues thinking about some of our own accomplishments, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now when we have discussions, we're always talking about, oh, that government this, that government that. And folks, wins for Bermuda doesn't have necessarily need to have anything to do with the government. Keep that in mind. And I don't. The comparison thing is probably not always a good thing. But Bermuda, as an island, a small jurisdiction, we're not as bad as things could be, but we're far from how great we should be, if that makes sense. So let's talk about some wins for Bermuda. What are some wins in 2023 that we had that we can build on in 2024? Sancha, did you give that any thought, or should I go first?
I gave it some thought. What, Jamal?
I was just trying to push you aside, so I can go first. Go first. Go first.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, honestly, Sancha, I think one of the wins for Bermuda this past year was really watching our athletes grow and be successful. I think when Maya did this report one time, I think it was it the Pan Am Games or something down there, and I was actually proud because before this year, for me, I'm a layman. Flora Duffy was the it name, right?
Mhm.
She was the it name when it came to track and field over the last 2 years, and this year you got to hear about some other people that we might be able to cheer on in the Paris Olympics in 2024. So for me, that was a positive for Bermuda, some of the athletes doing their thing. We just had another athlete that Maya shared. What's his name? Nairobi Mills Smith or Smith Mills, who broke a national record, right? This is something that we should be proud of. So I'm focused on sports from that perspective. Now, obviously,
What about the girls' football team?
I was going to end it on. You want to say it? Because I was going to end it on that.
I knew nothing about them. I'm going to be 100% honest. I knew nothing about them until this year. Oh, I'm not going to say nothing. They weren't on my radar until this year.
And you know what? I'm gonna give credit to Maya because a lot of people might just remember the last month, but Maya did a story with Coach Robinson back in like June or something and really highlighted it. And you saying that's just honest. Like Maya played a key role in bringing them the attention that they deserve. And I think again, another highlight is watching their growth. You've got players like Kenny Thompson who's looking to come back and play. You've got Leilani Nesbitt who just captain Florida State to another championship, right? Her first time captaining them, but they just won another one. Those are some wins for Bermuda for me because she could inspire other young women and men to go that college route instead of just people moving to the UK and thinking that, hey, my child's going to make it. So I think we have positives. And yes, I'm focusing on sports because that's my happy place right now for Bermuda. Whether we're getting the gold or finishing first place or not, to me, it's about progress. So I'm going to go with sports for now. I have some other things, but I don't want to take it out. But audience, what are your thoughts? What are some wins for Bermuda in 2023? And I know that stuff may sound individual, Sancha. It may sound individual, but to me, wins for Bermuda could be one person opening up many doors for so many others. Connor Smith, that's my last one. Connor Smith, Bermudian, becoming the general manager and head coach of the Rhode Island Football Club, which will play in the United States Soccer League's division, right? So that's another win for Bermuda. Bermuda born and raised out St. John's Road, right? Becoming a coach in that space. Again, another one, went the college route, played for the New England Revolution. To me, those are kind of opportunities that open up doors. What's Cano doing? I think Maya reported. He's bringing his team to Bermuda in February. Why is that great? I spent many years trying to bring the MLS to Bermuda. So utilizing that relationship to help Bermuda, that's another win for Bermuda. I'm sorry. I could keep
on a roll. I like it. No, but that's good. A lot of times we say we focus on the negative and we don't praise the positive. So, that is a good thing. For me, I can honestly say, I know we get tired of speaking of the whole COVID situation, but I finally feel that in 2023, we have moved past COVID. We've opened back up. We are traveling. We're living again. And we're also living in a different way. I know before I would have never taken my son out of school for 2 weeks to say we're just going to travel and see the world, right? I think that we are opening up. I look at travel in Bermuda, it's not where we want it to be. Yes, we do not have the hotel that we need to be open, but I speak to men daily. You know, the minibuses, they are busy with the cruise ships. They are building a livelihood. They are, back at it again. So that for me, no, it's not where we want to be. We can build off of it in 2024. But I'm happy to see like the community, like funds being put back into the community. And literally, these guys like Sandra, I am so busy right now that they're not taking a break.
You
So
know what? Hold that point, Sancha, because something that you said regarding the minibuses and them being full. I've been on this show, and I'm going to admit that I was falling for it, and I was wrong. Right? I said we need heads and beds. That's how rich people stay rich. These cruise ships are helping so many entrepreneurs,
mhm.
and I take that back, because volume of cruise ship passengers, if they're helping the average person who, and this goes to all those people who may have been laid off from these big hotels closing, there are a lot of people who find opportunities in those cruise ship passengers. You can too. I want to go to the audience. What were some wins for Bermuda in 2023? So let's go to Instagram. We actually had one come through on Instagram, and Bud Gale says, our own airline. And Teresa Maria actually said here as well, I think BDA Air was a big deal. Well, tell you what, it was well needed.
Yes.
I remember Maya shared some, I think back in October or November, she shared like the airline schedule for this season. And I was just like, all you see is Bermuda Air, right? It's a great thing. My hope is that we support it. And I hope that Bermuda Air, continues to improve the service that they're trying to have as an airline, so that Bermudians will want to choose it. So I think that was a win for Bermuda.
One of the wins that came out of that for me, not just traveling on Bermuda Air, but also, once again, speaking in the community, we now have so many Bermudian flight attendants, right? Whereas we would not have before. When I was coming back from New York, to have Tariq overseeing the flight, a Bermudian, he's like, I'm just here making sure that they're doing everything that has to be done correctly. I'm just like, they are really creating opportunities for Bermudians. You know what I mean? And long-term opportunities. So, and I think it's a huge win on my end.
No, I see the point. And Tariq Lynch Wade is, I think, it's a pilot, right?
He is. Yes.
Yeah, he's a pilot. So just give some people some insight as to who he is. Folks, I forgot to mention, and do not laugh because I can't find my Daily Hour mug, but this is what we're using today to pick the name out of the cup to see who's the winner of those who participated in our survey. But yeah, we're using the red cup. Do not laugh. And well, you got your mug, Sandra?
I do have my mug, but I am not using my mug today. I have a mug.
Wonder if Maya's got a mug. Because, mind you, it would mean you would have to write all the names, 100 something down, and scrumple them up, but we don't have enough time for that. But anyway, don't forget, we're gonna be giving away the prize today. For those who filled out our survey, we'll pick one winner, and that winner will get a $100 voucher to one of our sponsors of their choice. All right. So you'll get a $100 voucher to either Bermuda BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, People's Pharmacy, and Mac ER Fisheries. You will get something. So just stay tuned. If you filled it out, you have an opportunity to win that. No, I shouldn't say if you filled it out, you should have an opportunity. If you filled it out, provided your email address and you're not named Sancha, Maya, Sherry, Phil, Larry, because y'all can't win. So,
I think you should do one specifically for us, where you take us out to dinner, one of us.
Okay. I think Maya thinks she should be the one, but Okay.
I think it should be a draw.
A draw? Okay. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, but let us know what were some wins for Bermuda in 2023. We'll get back to the conversation after this, but let us know. We've heard Bermuda Air. We've heard about our sport. We've talked about we're finally getting over COVID. We're talking about the wins for small entrepreneurs or small businesses who have taken advantage of the cruise ship passengers. What do you believe were some wins for Bermuda in 2023? There are way too many of you tuned in to be this silent. What were some wins for Bermuda? We'll be back after this short message. Do not go anywhere because we want to hear from you. Security cats.
In over 30 years, mailboxes has brought in millions of packages. That's a lot of packages. We started way back in 1990.
Ship a boombox. Well, okay, sure, we can do that. Check you later.
And ever since, we've evolved with our clients' needs. You wanted packages super fast? No problem. We hired an overnight team to work, well, overnight. Every night. To sort, unpack, and process shipments. You wanted no sales tax? That's why we moved our warehouse from New Jersey to Delaware. And because no one likes paperwork, we do all that for you. Then, we created Dashboard, a seamless customer portal where you can upload
Alrighty, welcome back. Thanks again to the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. Gonna check to see what we've got on Instagram, Sandra. But the question, folks, let us know what were some wins for Bermuda in 2023. We've got a couple coming in from Instagram. So we've got City Town Crier BDA says Nicholas and Jonathan and Sweeney Todd on Broadway, brothers in the same show. Last name Christopher. I wonder if there's any relation. That's big though, right?
Yeah.
That's big. I'm surprised no one said Shiona Turini and what she's done with Beyonce. Like, again, people, you may be saying, but Jamal, that's individuals. Folks.
You're putting Bermuda's name on the map, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like to me, one person, we've got to understand how small Bermuda is.
Mm-hmm.
One person in those spaces, two brothers, the Christopher brothers on Broadway, that's huge. So what are some wins? What are some wins for Bermuda? What do you think? We've got Rick Olson says the PGA event. That's a win for Bermuda. Well, it got people to Bermuda, right? PGA event. Nachika Trott, she says the available educational opportunities and funding for students to pursue their education are abundant and growing. Yeah. Yeah, I see. I don't want to crap on that, but I want to say, think it's so easy to turn that into a negative if we're talking about government funding. But I think that's something that if many people had during my time, we'd have more people formally educated. I think that's never a bad thing if we're looking at it in that way. So.
You know who I want to mention? She is not Bermudian, but is in Bermuda and doing a lot for Bermuda. It's Hazel Clark.
So win for Bermuda.
It is. Hazel did a TED Talk recently. I was like, yes, Hazel, she's doing a book. You look at, the events that she's actually bringing to Bermuda on a large scale with visibility, definitely a win for Bermuda.
I think Hazel Clark being in Bermuda is a win for Bermuda. And I'm glad you said her, because one of the things I forgot to mention in sports was for the second year in a row, they were able to bring the track event to Bermuda.
Yes.
And highlighted Bermuda on NBC. And I remember taking a picture of it because for me, those are wins for Bermuda.
Yeah.
Those are wins. Let's go back to the audience, see what the people are saying. Michelle White says there appears to be a lot more educational scholarships or funding for those seeking additional and higher education. There's also been a more public awareness around opportunities in insurance. This is true. A lot more awareness around it. Aaron Smith, yes, as we said earlier, the women's national football team. We agree. Rosalind Famous says, this year and every year, Power Girl Trina. We can't get enough of Patrina. We cannot get enough of Patrina. And hey, look, I think Patrina does media very well, but you remove media and you can say Patrina does life very well. You know, I had a conversation with back in last year, and she's a model citizen. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, no bias. I think, you know, what she's been through and what she shared during that conversation, which is public on my YouTube channel, you'd be like, wow, and you're still out here trying to cheer people up. And so I agree with that, and may she continue to be inspired and keep pushing and living the life that makes her feel of value and others of value as well. What are some wins for Bermuda in 2023? No one's going to say anything the government done. You all are mean, man. You all are mean.
Making this about Bermuda.
Oh,
And we even got politics out of it.
okay. No politics. All right. Let's go back to the audience, see what they're saying. We've got Nichika Trot. She says Dylan Hollis cookbook. So there's a cookbook named Dylan Hollis.
I don't know anything about this. This is one of the things I love about this show. Like, we always learn something. So the Dylan Hollis cookbook, I need to look this up.
Is that the TikTok guy? Yeah, I think that's the TikTok guy.
Okay.
I hate to call him a TikTok guy, but you know, you got what I'm saying. He became very popular on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, folks, let us know what were some wins for Bermuda in 2023. What you got for us? We're look, this is our final show of 2023, our final live show of 2023. This is the final time in 2023 we're getting together for, you know, our conversation. And yeah, let's see what you got. What were some wins for Bermuda in 2023? Sonia Clark says, oh my God, just had this conversation yesterday. We don't represent Bermudians, have been too complacent for too long. We do not celebrate our own and our success. But if you look on our website, that's one thing we make sure we do on the show. We honor and we celebrate Bermudians near and far. Traveling Trotty said, you know, in reference to what were some wins for Bermuda in 2023, she said the number of entrepreneurs who have completed the Ignite program. Yeah.
Yeah, they do a really good program. They do the amount of people that actually come through there. Oh, you know what? I want to mention Cadiz, Pinky. Pinky, she another win for Bermuda, especially encouraging women in entrepreneurship in Bermuda. Like, this has been a big year for her. So
yeah.
Bermudian.
Salon Pink is you can follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Salon Pink, folks. She's been on this show as well. Probably have to get her back in the new year. We haven't had her in a while. Mark Arthur C. Phillips says, I'm truly grateful for Bermuda Air. Having our own airline is a huge win for the island. And that seems to be the consensus this morning, right? A lot of people saying Bermuda Air. Bermuda Air seems to be a winner. Kia Renee BDA says the availability of more healthy eating alternatives through small businesses. Health is wealth. Yes, there's a lot more popping up, right? That is a win for Bermuda. You know, I know we've grown up with our fried fish sandwiches and fish and chips and the like, but folks, just one fish sandwich every couple weeks. And don't take my advice because it's probably supposed to be once a quarter, but I ain't trying to kill anyone's business. Rick Holson says, Bermuda hospitality workers, that's a win for Bermuda. Well, really having people who still work in those spaces, right? I'm shocked no one said, because didn't the minimum or wage thing come into effect this year? I'm shocked nobody said that. And I don't want to be negative, but I don't think that was a win for Bermuda. But
I'm just going to say we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, okay, we're not going to do that. But let us know. Was that this year that the minimum wage came? Yeah, was this year?
June of this year.
Okay, this year, folks. Instagram, what you got? You got anything for us? What were some wins for Bermuda this year? Let us know on Instagram as well. The Chico Trot says, the book is Baking Yesteryear. The recipe is from the 1900s to the 1980s. That's Dylan Hollis's book. We've got Bermuda Air. Again, Dorinda Patterson says Bermuda Air. That's a win for Bermuda. Teresa Marie says, you, Jamel, and the Daily Hour team for bringing essential conversations to the fore, a big win. Well, we thank you, Teresa Marie. We appreciate you. Essential, like, and Sherry, like me, you know, notice they only comment, you know, they don't feel like giving me a chance and listening to me talk. Anyway, the Chico Trot says, Bacardi, shake your future. Bang. This is a big one. This is a big one for me. Why is this a big one? Because when I say, and I have to say this every time when I say it, I have to add clarity because people love to clip things, right? But I'm not a big fan of charity alone. But the way that they do it is empowering. I continue to say that. What Bacardi has done with the Shake Your Future through, working with different entities, to me, that's how we're going to move our community forward. There are too many businesses and organizations taken from us, and the only thing they give back is charity. A friend of mine told me this last week, I spoke to him last Friday night. And I told him about something someone done for me that was really nice, Sandra. Really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to me, be very careful. Anybody can be nice and do something nice. That's easy, depending on what they have to give. But watch out for the patterns. What do I mean by that, Sandra? There are businesses who will let go 25% of their staff. And then the next week, they'll donate a large portion of money to charity. Then you will ask, what's my issue with charity? I remember when the BTA let me go, right? The next day, they tried to announce rocket numbers. Majority of those numbers were from cruise ships, right? That the BTA had nothing to do with. But all the white folks, I'm being very clear, white folks, and all the OBA people at the time lapped it up like it was this great thing. You mofos are so stupid. I say that because what Bacardi is doing isn't just charity, it's an empowerment. Danielle Penner was very clear when she came on this show. We're taking them and giving the opportunity to learn at the highest level. From there, they can do a couple things. They can go and work for someone, become a bartender, or they'll have the skills to go out and do for self. But what we're doing is creating an opportunity for them to enhance a skill set to do for themselves. So to me, again, charity is easy. When you got money to just $10,000, you just let go a bunch of people that are making $90,000. Of course you got $10,000 that you can just give away, right? Mm-hmm. But empowerment, folks. Empowerment. That's what they're doing. So sorry I took so long on that point. We have to bring Maya in for the Daily Hour news break. Let's just go another one. Suzanne Ingham says, a win to me was the people which stood behind Malachi and his garden. It proved we the people can unite for what is right. We are not all compliant. Bermuda Air. I like the way she did that. She goes on to say TDH. Traveling Trotty says, the work and movement of Bermuda is love and Bermuda Youth Connect. And we're going to continue this conversation after the break, and you can keep your stuff coming. But I want to say Bermuda is love and Bermuda Youth Connect. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They give me hope. If you ask me, any one of them, ask me what their politics is, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Because everything they do comes across as a group of people. And I'm not going to say young people because they're not going to be young forever. But a group of people who love Bermuda and want to fix what's wrong with Bermuda. It's time for the Daily Hour news break with Maya Palacio. Do not go anywhere. We'll finish the conversation. And don't forget, somebody's going to win big this morning. Don't diss my red cup. I see you all. Don't put that Santa face on. Diss my red cup. Nobody else volunteered to bring out that Daily Hour mug. Anyway, here's Maya, folks.
Good morning, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Maya. How are you?
Tired, but amazing.
Oh, I can never tell when you're tired.
You look bright and cherry.
You know?
I tried to fake it with the blush this morning.
I'm loving the blush this morning.
So that's what
girls, the blush. Yes, girl.
That's what I need to do. Okay, blush.
Yeah, at the blush Jamal.
Real quickly, Instagram. I'm sorry, we will come to your comments after. It's kind of hard. We don't yet have to the technology to bring them on the screen, but I'm sure Maya will make that happen soon enough, right, Maya?
Yeah, I'll work on it.
All right. So this is your final news break of the year, Maya.
No, you put pressure on me this morning when I heard it. I was like, what else am I doing?
Yeah. You know what, though? Before we even get in that, let's talk about what was some wins for Bermuda. You heard ours. You heard some from the audience. What you got?
Well, you took mine from the very jump, Jamal. When you said it, I was like, oh, yes, our athletes this year.
Oh.
Incredible work, incredible new national records by 3 people, actually, Dej Myers, as well as the ones I recently mentioned, Caitlin Bob and Naomi Smith, when it comes to, track. And then, man, we've just done so well in football with our women's team. I've been really up to date on that. So it was amazing just watching their career and seeing some new faces and getting to know them and just highlighting women's sports a lot more. We got the netball courts to get redone as well, which was really great for those young people who are out there. And then we got National Stadium still being worked on, but things are happening there as well. So yeah, there is a lot of progression that is going on in the sports arena. So I have to give props to that. And a lot of our athletes, especially triathletes, getting way up their numbers. And, we're going to see a good lot of faces, I think, in the Olympics.
Yes, Olympic year next year, folks. So I'm sorry I saw yours, Maya, but I tune into your news breaks and your website, and that's where, if that's the place I got all my stuff from, I'm not teased trying to dish you or not, but most of the positive stuff you share comes from Bermuda is love, Bermuda Youth Connect, and sports. Let's be honest.
Right.
So for me, if I'm looking for positives and I'm going to Maya stuff, that's what I'm gonna buy. And I was thinking someone else would say Bermuda is love and Bermuda Youth Connect. I left you something. Maybe.
You left me crumbs, but it's fine. There's always things to think about because you had me thinking what was something that I found to be the most yes Bermuda moment, and it was sports. I can't even really hold to you. And obviously, Shiona, honest, the Beyonce stuff, everyone was really super hyped and excited about that. So that was a huge one too, and you mentioned it. So
you know what I think was a huge win for Bermuda? I'm sorry, I know you got the Indies break, but I think us attending the NABDO, the broadcasting conference, was a win for Bermuda. And I want to share this because I don't think we said it publicly. The amount of people, they're from Jamaica, from Sportsmax and different entities. I said it to Maya then, and I'll say it again. I think any Bermudian in that space should attend it. This is not about just us trying to be better, but I think to bring Bermudians quality broadcasting, they all need to be present there. So I think it was a win. And out of that, you ladies just did the damn thing and bought Bermuda for the first time ever at Met Selection Night. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, the Cup Match Selection Night, that was a big win to bring that. That was historic, and I still feel really happy about the way that we accomplished that, and I can't wait to make it bigger each year. But yeah, amazing.
All righty. What we got today, and let me say it again, some pressure on Essential. The final news break. Final live news break of 2023.
All right, well, good morning, Bermuda. This is your Daily Hour News brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Starting out your news early this morning. So there have been 15 Bermuda Public School math teachers have been recognized for completing professional development program, the lead practitioner accreditation in a professional learning process that drives improvement by building a culture of evidence-informed teaching and learning. So educators are credited to the Secondary School Admission Test Lead Practitioner Program, which is offered online and UK-based, and the Lead Practitioner accreditation took a year to complete. So congratulations to those 15 teachers that you see in that image there. A lot of them coming from Francis Patton, Harrington Song, Northlands Primary, St. George's Prep as well, and Purvis Primary, and more of the like. So the Minister of Education, Diallo Bain, did praise them for their accreditation as well. And he closed by saying that this is a hallmark of authentic leadership and what we need in Bermuda's public schools.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. I don't want to go off topic, but Bermuda does have some educators.
Yes, they do. And moving on to some more celebratory news, I guess today is kind of ending with a lot of positives, but the Bermuda Police Service expressed gratitude to the Family Center for their unwavering dedication to our community over the past 3 decades. So a spokesperson said for 30 years, this remarkable charity has been a beacon of hope, providing critical subsidized child and family center intervention services. Their impact reaches far and wide, touching the lives of countless individuals and their families. As we acknowledge this milestone, let us extend the deepest appreciation to the incredible team at the Family Center. So congrats on them for 30 years in service.
All right. And I think this was the year that we lost the founder of the family.
Yes,
Center
it was Martha Dismont.
this month. So incredible 30 years. And, I think I speak for many when, we've had them on this show before. We appreciate the work that they're doing. And I think we'll be forever grateful for her contribution to Bermuda.
Agreed. Yes, definitely. Another report. Now, I know you guys may have received some videos and things about fires just starting up across the island right now. And so there hasn't been much of an official update as to what's going on, but there was a quick thing about what I had reported on prior to the one at the airport. So they had put out saying that the airport waste management facility is temporarily closed after fire incident, safety assessment underway for reopening. As a result of the fire, the airport management said the complex will remain closed for the remainder of the days until they are able to give out a official update on that. But they said one will be coming in due course.
Yeah, I saw some videos yesterday, and I'm very careful with them because you never know when videos were taken, right?
Mhm.
But if they were taken recently, the fire in the trash can in the city of Hamilton, and then looks like one in a neighborhood through the Pembroke area, my question would be, is there an arsonist or is this just coincidence? I don't know.
Those are definitely questions up in the air right now, especially so close to the holidays. I know a lot of people who I spoke to, just speaking to in the community, it was just like, what's going on down St. George? But now it's like, what's going on across. But we'll find out more information when we get to that point. But in other news, as the holidays approach, one thing that's major on everyone's minds at the very end of it, but not really on their minds at the beginning, is trash collection and controlling your waste. Afterwards, you have so much and you don't want it in your house anymore. You don't know what to do with it. But you got to be reminded that there will be no trash collection on those important dates. Now, the city of Hamilton put out that they will not have trash collection from December 24th to the 26th. Nothing. And on the 23rd, there will be no collection after 8 p.m. So all trash has to be out by 4 p.m. as well. And again, no collection from December 31st through January 1st. So you got to be mindful of these things. But one thing that is good to know of is that Times Bay, yes, they still will be open for waste collection during the holiday hours on 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. If you recall, it was last year that I did a story about all this garbage still left outside Times Bay, and you can be fined for it as well. So just be mindful of your trash collection hours and that Times Bay is open over the holidays, 9 a.m. to noon to 12 p.m. But they are closed on Christmas Day. Closed on Christmas Day. Not that I assume that anyone will be trying to take out the trash on Christmas Day, but it's good to know those hours.
It is, folks. Remember those hours. You don't want to see angry lists on comments. You know what you all do.
Mm-hmm. Now, as I reported yesterday in the news, but we didn't have too much detail, there is a little bit more detail as of this morning. But the Daily Mail reported that 2 Black women, one British and one American, are now facing up to 2 years in prison in Bali, Indonesia, following their arrest for allegedly attacking a nail salon staff on December 14th over a payment dispute. The tourists, who we have identified as well on island as Andrea, and also there's another person from New York who was with her, named Chancellor, reportedly became agitated when they could not pay for an additional treatment. And this is what's said in the Daily Mail. And those are the information that we have right now, but they are facing this type of time.
Unfortunate. And I honestly wish them the best. I think that we can't go by what we've seen on video alone. Number one, we shouldn't rush to judgment. We do that too often. And we need to give people grace. We need to try to understand what exactly happened rather than jump into conclusions. And for me, support these two individuals because, though I haven't been in that space, I have watched TV and I've, seen Locked Up Abroad. It ain't cool.
I actually went to sleep last night with them on my mind. I don't get on Twitter very often, but I actually took a minute to make sure I watched various different videos of what happened to try to wrap my head around it. And the one thing that really was a red flag for me that got me worried, there were so many racist comments
Oh, yeah.
that jurisdiction that made me feel like these girls are all alone in this foreign country, and are they even going to be treated fairly? You know, it's a concern of mine.
Yes, there was actually another report did go out on the Gazette, and the Gazette had at the very end of their article that they contacted the government house to ask the governor, Serena Lauji, if she was aware of the incident. Then they said this newspaper also directed questions to David Burt, the premier, and Michael Weeks, the Minister of National Security, and no response was given by press time. And I can also confirm this morning I did send out a media inquiry to the government of Bermuda as well.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused as to, you know, again, I don't want to say too much, but what's being reported versus what I saw, it's just not adding up for me.
Yeah. So
I think most people.
Go ahead.
So I just think most people want to know if they have legal representation on
Yeah.
their side at this present time.
Right. And people, you know, again, somebody knows somebody knows somebody. There's always somebody in the world that knows somebody who may have went to school with them, done law. We know. So hopefully there is someone who knows someone that can provide assistance, legal representation, something to them where they can at least get a fair shot.
Well, closing out the news this morning with some sports, because got to keep it that way. But there were some awards that were given by the minister, Owen Darrell, to 3 Bermudian athletes, you know them well, Connor White, Yeshe De Silva Andrade, and Jessica Lewis, for their amazing performances during the end of this year. So they all received in different amounts, but a total granting to $22,000 for their amazing and outstanding performances. As you may recall, some of their performances, like Jessica Lewis's gold medal recently, and also she did break her record again for the 100 meter, and then also Yeshe De Silva Andrade, I believe it was a silver medal in the Bosnia Challenge, and then Connor White, who also got the only medal at the Pan Am Games, which was a bronze medal. So congrats to them for their amazing achievements.
Congratulations to them. Congratulations. Well done. How's the weather looking today, Mike?
Sancho?
Her 10 new windows, right?
Look, I tried. It looks like it's clearing up a bit.
Oh,
It's still cold though.
Okay.
It says sunny intervals, a chance of light showers or two. We just really had a kind of a mucky week this week, but then we have a high of 67 degrees. So it's getting a little chilly out there.
Okay. So I should bring a jacket. Okay.
Definitely.
You got a days of the year for us, Edge?
You're gonna like this one, Jamal.
Okay.
Today, you're probably gonna direct it at Sherry. Today is National Short Girl Appreciation Day.
I mean, yeah, that is Sherry. You know, that is Sherry. So what I got to do to appreciate a short girl?
I don't know. You know, I'm not quite sure if I'm short, right?
Yeah,
if I go into this, you think so?
Shorter than me.
Pretty average.
Well, for yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm a short girl, but
Short girl.
What's considered short? I think it's 5'2" or 5'3".
Hey, are you taller than 5'2"?
How tall are you, Maya?
Maya's like 5'6", 5'7".
I'm 5'5". Thank you very much.
What tall are you, Sanj?
5'4".
Okay, fine. Audience, let us know how tall you are. What did you say? Huh?
I just missed it. I just missed the short girl, you know.
It says 5'3".
5'3"? Okay.
Yeah, our average height of a female is 5 feet 3 inches. So I guess smaller than that.
Yeah.
An average height for my height. So, audience, let us know your heights. Guys, why were the ladies in the TDH crew mad at me yesterday? Audience, real quick, this is our last show, so I'm going to talk about it. All I asked was, is it still inappropriate to ask a woman her age? And I got yelled at.
I didn't answer because I'm cool with it.
It's not inappropriate anymore, right, guys?
I feel like you're lying. I don't think anyone was like talking about that.
No,
I
he's
read
not
it
lying. He's not lying. He's not lying.
Oh, I need to go back and read it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So before Maya goes and heads off, you all didn't think I forgot the joke today, did you?
He waited for you today.
I waited for. Oh, this was calculated. Okay. Here we go. It's time for the joke of the day. We've got somebody answered. Somebody named Sherry Berry 621 on Instagram answered about her height. She said 5'7". Yeah.
Sherry is
Mhm.
Sherry's Stop it today. Sherry is not 5'7".
We got Tootsie 25 saying 5'1.5" on Instagram. They got okay. All right. It's time for a joke, folks. It's time for a joke. Here we go. Here's your joke today. Are you ready? You both ready to laugh? Like you want to clear your
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead.
Okay, here we go. I put out a joke today, all right?
Dad jokes. You saw it, Sandra?
Dad joke. You'll love them. Get it? You.
Oh, Christmas joke.
Yeah.
Dad jokes.
I needed help. All right, here we go. What did the doctor say to the gingerbread man?
Something about running away.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Like run as fast as you can, or something like that.
You ready?
Go ahead.
What did the doctor say to the gingerbread man? Try icing. Get it? Icing on the you guys.
I don't put icing on my ginger cookies.
That was fun.
Put sugar sprinkles or something?
Yes.
I don't do nothing. It's ginger, like ginger snaps and stuff. Why would we put anything on it?
The gingerbread man, they have like sugar sprinkled on them.
Thank you, T. Thank you.
I don't eat them.
I appreciate you, T. Tough crowd in here. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. So look, Maya, you want to do this now while you're here?
Oh, yes, please.
All right. So first off, honestly, I, on behalf of everybody, really want to thank the audience for filling out the survey. That survey provided us with so much data, and it's helpful to know what your interests are. I don't think we've had the discussion internally, but some of the names that you gave us to come on the show, Shanta has already reached out to them. Like, you guys were incredible. So thank you so for doing that. So we have a bunch of, oh, oops, one came out, guys. Sorry, one came out. So this
You better check that floor again.
it's not. So here we go. This is for a $100 voucher.
Cover the top.
Huh?
Cover the top.
Cover the top with your hand and
Right? Okay. Yeah, let's do this. All right. So if you filled it out and provide an email address, what I did was I wrote the email address and not at whatever it is, so that not just anyone has your email address. All right. So let's pull it out and see who the luck. Should I do a drum roll? Let's do a drum roll.
yeah.
Let's see. Who's it gonna be? That says, oh, can't see it. Rosalind Famous.
Stop.
Yeah, it says Rosalind Famous. And again, that's your email. We didn't put the @ so Rosalind Famous. Congratulations, audience. Congratulate Rosalind Famous for winning this year's. Yeah, that's the name that came out. But you know what? Because we're in such a given mood, and this is our last show, let's do another one. I don't have permission to do this, so it's probably coming out of my pay. So Rosalind, please do us a favor. Send us an email at what's the email? Engage at thedailyhour.com right away, so that Keith and Shanta can take care of you. Let's pull one more, because there's a lot of names in here, folks. Rosalind is like probably the luckiest person on this show. She's always winning something. Let's see who we got. But we appreciate her. She's been around since day one. Let's see what else we got. We're gonna give another one. This says Charles. He's never won anything. Charles. Charles I'm not gonna give your email address, but Charles. So we'll get Charles a $25 voucher. Let's give one more. How about one more? One more? 25. So 100 for Rosalind. Let's do one more. I hope Keith's not watching, because it's not that
Keitha and Shanta. This man on his own.
You guys didn't stop me. Here we go.
Had nothing to do with
We
it.
can't take the cup away from you.
Oh, this is true. This one says Sonia C 2021. Sonia C 2021. So Sonia C, I think that's Sonia Clark. So congratulations, audience. Seriously, congratulations to those three. One of the reasons we wanted to do that live, so you guys can see it and, understand the amount of work I had to put into write your names on this little small piece of paper and cut it. Oh, that you saw your clock? Yeah, I figured that. So congratulations to you. You won a $25 voucher. I mean, out of my pay, I guess, to one of our sponsors. So send us an email at engage@thedailyhour.com. Folks, if you still have outstanding prizes that haven't been collected, I'm sure that the ladies will be in touch with you soon. But I, once again, just want to thank you for filling out the survey. We appreciate your feedback. And we have some big things in store next year that some of you have been asking about for a very long time. When we come back, you know what, Maya?
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Sandra?
I'm listening.
We should do a hashtag giveaway too.
Okay.
This is a give a mood right now.
Generous. I like it.
But I want to see if Instagram can participate in it, in the hashtag, right? We've never done it since we've had Instagram.
Might as well.
Let's try it.
You heard them, Keith and Sean. They said, yes, Jamel, let's do it. And then Maya said, might as well. And Sancho said, let's have it. You see what I did there, Audie? Man, I should be a politician after that. Maya, you have any final words for the audience for 2023 before you head up?
Please, don't just drive safely, but talk to your friends and family about driving safely and be real and direct with them about the dangers. Don't see something and not say anything. If someone doesn't have the helmet buckled, say something to them. I don't care if you know them or not. Just tell them to buckle their helmets. Tell them that someone loves them, someone cares about them, and they want them to be home safe. Just do that. I'd appreciate it. I'm sure the island will appreciate it. Everyone deserves to be with their family and not grieving their family on Christmas.
Indeed. Thank you, Maya. And please do. I know this is hard for you, but take some Maya time over the next couple of weeks, all right?
Maya, are you going to go caroling with us?
Sancho. Man.
Just like, I don't want to tell you no on the air, Sancho.
If you're serious, I'm serious.
I'm serious.
I just don't want to be with a group that ain't serious.
Sancho, you going to pick me up?
I'll print the lyrics today.
Are you going to pick me up, Sancho?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
We'll let everyone know where we're going.
Our audience, you better follow us on social media. That's how you're going to find out where we're going. So keep in touch. We're going Carolyn. TDA's crew is going Carolyn. And guess what? I'm not the lead singer.
Why would you be?
Because I have a great voice, girl.
And Jamel, no jokes when we get to people's doorsteps, okay?
You mean I can't bring this book?
Leave that book at home.
I can't tell one Christmas joke?
None. For Carolyn.
Maya, we'll see you at Carolyn.
Bye, guy.
Bye.
Folks, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to do some more giveaways. This is our last show of the year. I just want to tell, can I bring like two jokes?
No, Jamel, no.
All right.
With Carolyn.
Maybe Maddox will allow me to tell a joke. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Come back after this. She's really serious. No jokes. Damn.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
When it comes to footwear, we carry functional, comfortable, orthopedic and waterproof shoes. We have construction shoes, golf shoes, shoes for walking, shoes for boating. We even have shoes for pickleball. We have shoes for everyone. With brands by Skechers, Atrax, Propay, Easy Street, Nursemates, Clogs, Avenger, Cherokee, Cat, Frog Talk and DeWalt. The list goes on.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level.
All right, welcome back to the big show. Thanks again to it's Daily Hour. Thanks again to the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lenders, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring we can do this with you on a daily basis. Do not forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Folks, we have not done this in a long time. I'm going to ask you two things. If you haven't already, please give us a love, like, follow, share those conversations with your friends and colleagues. But let's do a roll call this morning. Let us know where you're tuned in from. And just don't say Bermuda. If you're from somewhere, let us know what parish you're at. Where are you tuned in? We haven't done a roll call in a long time. Let's do a roll call. Where are you tuned in from? Let us know right now. We're going to take one final break. And we're going to come back and do that giveaway and wrap this year up. But let us do a roll call. Stick with us. One final break before we head over. That's fine? Okay, stick with us.
Hi, welcome to the Art of Fisheries. I'm Jenna Steve, store manager and trained chef, and I'm here to help you with all your food needs. Let's talk about why you should come and check out the Art of Fisheries. We offer the wide range of specialty meats and seafood items at a price point that will absolutely fit your budget. As a chef, I'm able to answer all of your questions, help you come up with good ideas, and generally guide you in the right direction. You get a custom shopping experience unlike any other food store in Bermuda. We will cater to your needs and provide you with excellent customer service. Where else can you get quality cooking advice and quality products? I look forward to helping you with all your meal ideas.
All righty. Thanks again to the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we can do this show with you on a daily basis, folks. We are going to do a giveaway. It is time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia. Various editions now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Folks, if you're looking for a game on Christmas to play where you can learn, have fun, and even have a little debate in your household, a healthy one, make sure you get a version of Bermuda Trivia. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Sancha, are you ready?
Let's go.
It's easier than yesterday, didn't I? Okay, she's not buying it. She ain't falling for it.
I'm not.
Sancha, this is the easiest question of the year on the final episode.
Goodness.
Sancha, where was mommy when she was kissing Santa Claus?
Underneath the mistletoe.
Didn't I tell you it's the easiest question of the year, Sancha?
I like the Christmas questions.
You didn't like yesterday's one.
No, I liked it. I felt it was a little tricky.
Okay. Let's go to the audience, see where everyone's tuned in from. Let us know as well, Instagram, where you tuned in from. We've got Sheikah Reyna in Charlotte, North Carolina. Suzanne Ingham says she's in Devonshire. We've got downtown Toronto. Teray says. Shayna Smith says, watching from my desk in Hamilton. Sounds like she's at work and not happy about it. Charmaine Richardson says Hamilton Parish. Stacey Ann Brown is in Yacht. She says Jamaica. We've got Pamela Wade says Pembroke. She's in Pembroke. Marquita Lee, she says in Hamilton. Warwick says Misha Fabla. We've got Sheldon Fox also in Warwick. Shaban Postlethwaite says Smiths. We've got Smiths again, Michelle White. We've got someone probably freezing up in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. Manuela John, you do stay warm. Puerto Rico, Rosalind Famous. Yes, yes, yes. We've got In the Kitchen Baking in Devonshire. Ooh, I'll be sharing those bagels.
You're in your house. Can I come over?
Maybe we need to go Carolyn over there.
Hey.
We'll stop over. We've got Angeline Butler says Point Finger Road Paget. Sounds like you're keeping someone healthy. Carol Griffith says Warwick. We've got more Warwick. Polly Rich. I think Warwick's a winning parish up in here.
Yeah.
Angela Cellini says Sands. I'm in Sands. We've got.
I'm in Sands too.
Yeah, up in Sands. We've got on Instagram, Tom Cryer says St. John's Road. All right. Got St. John's. We've got Sounds Delicious from those baked goods. It looks like we've got Deborah Painter saying, wishing you all a blessed and safe Christmas, viewing from the great parish of St. George's, Bermuda. We've got Devonshire, Laverne Tucker. We've got Rocklands, Warwick. And we have an adult who says mistletoe. She was speaking about the song, folks. She's not saying that's where she's located. All right. I'm just trying to give that clarity. Everyone's saying under mistletoe, but we've got Headline Swan. She says Devonshire. We've got Anika de Shields. She's outside the country in St. David's. You see what I did there? I'm hilarious. We've got Hamilton, Sheridan Johnson, and Paget Takia Talker. We've got Sunnyside Park Drive, says Sparkle 101. 1801 on Instagram. Folks, we're going to do another giveaway. The hashtag is the Daily Hour. Hashtag the Daily Hour. That's the look. Sancha didn't give me a permission to be a comedian, but the audience did quite ask Sancha. If you go back, you did see some of them. They said, "Yo, yeah, you should do the comedy, like the jokes. Like you saw them. You said Michelle White said, choose one joke and see how much respond." Right?
You know what? Are they planning on being with you while you tell these jokes? Because Jamal, I need to stand next to you while you tell these jokes, and I'm not ready to support it.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it. Me and Mad Dog work something out. You told me not to tell the jokes. You didn't say Maddox couldn't tell the jokes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
His jokes are about as great as yours.
Yeah. I bet. Folks, put in that hashtag the Daily Hour. If you're on Instagram, you can try it as well. Hashtag the Daily Hour. We are doing one last giveaway. The winners from this morning, the big prize, a $100 voucher to one of our sponsors, Rosalind Famous. We got a $25 voucher to one of our sponsors for Charles, and we have a $25 one to Sonia C 2021. Someone else is going to get one more. Someone else is going to get one more. Sancha, before we do that, what are your final words of 2023, Sancha?
My final words of 2023. I just want to thank everyone for tuning in daily and taking this journey with us and just being engaged and being open to having these community discussions and wanting change, wanting better. And not only wanting change and wanting better, but embracing the positive as well, where we acknowledge it. I ask that you challenge us even more going into 2024. And thank you. Thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, indeed. Let's do the giveaway. Let's see who's going to be the lucky person for the giveaway. Instagram, you participating? What's up? The Daily Hour. It's the Daily Hour. They've got a couple of issues on Instagram. The people who have hashtagged it haven't put the correct spelling. So we can wait on them for a second, but give you guys a bit. And Suzanne Ingham says, thank you, the Daily Hour staff. You do an awesome job every day. Thank you. Thank you. It's appreciated. Seriously, these guys and gals put their all into it. I know we've had Perry and Rajay who have guest hosted recently, who have done an awesome job filling in. This year has been a reminder, of how, busy our lives are. Sancha, I remember during Bermuda Day, people were hitting me up, and I wasn't forwarding what you guys saying, but I kind of was. But they were like, "Yo, yeah, she is really Mama of the Year out here in the rain and did it." And that's who she is. It comes at a cost, right? But at no cost to being what she is here to do, and that's be a mother to her son. You know, even when we linked up in New Jersey, and Maddox was unhappy by the end of that game. You know, Uncle Jamal came out on top, but you know, ensuring. And my hope is that people actually get to embrace that side, but that side gives others hope that, you know, hey, being a good mother is a rewarding experience. You know, Sherry, she told you recently she had a promotion at her day job. We want more of that. We want more of that. And we're wishing Sherry well. She is still a bit sick, so we are wishing her well. You know, just hope that she doesn't come out of it thinking she's taller than me. But we're wishing Sherry well. Larry has been studying for an exam, so that's why you haven't seen him. And so we're wishing Larry a lot of love and luck and all the best as he moves to that next stage to take his exams. It's a lot going on. You know, Maya has embraced the role. Teo, I'm not sure if he mentioned, but Teo had a baby. His wife and him welcomed a brand new, beautiful, healthy baby girl last month. So Teo will be back with us in January as well. So yeah, it's a lot going on, folks, and I just hope you guys understand. I mean,
we have one more baby that we had this year.
Oh, Phil! How could I? Phil's baby came first, right? Yeah. Sorry. And the thing is, Phil's the last person I talked to last night. Yeah, Phil had another baby as well. He's been busy, man. But yeah, congratulations to Phil and his wife. We welcomed another healthy baby boy to the Daily Hour team. So it's been a lot going on in people's personal lives, and we appreciate that you all have continued to support us throughout these changes and throughout the things that have been happening on this show. So we appreciate that. And now we're going to do this this giveaway. Let's see what we got, Sench. Let's hope. Now, folks, let me say this from the beginning. If someone who's already won something today happens to win, they will not win this prize. We'll just run it again. All right. I just want to give that clarity. This is so that someone else can have an opportunity to win. All right. So let's run this giveaway, Sister Sandra. Here we go. Big money, big money, big money. Michelle White. Congratulations. And she just wrote something. She said, wow, building the TDH community with new babies. Congratulations to the new parents. Congratulations to you, Michelle. And please send us something. Michelle was so nice. And I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but she won something last month and actually gave her winnings to another TDH viewer who's very supportive. And that's how you build community. So thank you, Michelle. Congratulations. And it comes back full circle. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why I like that. Last week at my job's holiday party, I won a raffle. And it was this big wine basket with a lot of wine and all this. So everyone at my job knows I don't partake in those activities anymore. So someone came up to me and said, hey, would you trade with me and I'll give you an hour of golf? So the guy I was sitting next to, a young guy at my job, I go to lunch with him every now and then. And he didn't win anything. So I gave him my golf there. I said, look, man. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, man, please. This is yours. Tell you how things come full circle. My colleague who sits next to me in the office won the last prize of the day. It was 12 different flavors of hot sauce. She doesn't eat hot sauce. Folks, your boy loves some hot sauce. But if it's one thing you lose in a divorce, is the hot sauce. I got me some hot sauce, man. Raj Weezy says, hope you have a good day, folks. So look, let's close it out. It's time to say goodbye. But Sandra, do you have any daily inspiration to leave the audience for the rest of the year?
I do. Our daily inspiration is brought to you by ER Fisheries. In the new year, never forget to thank your past years because they enabled you to reach today. Without the stairs of the past, you cannot arrive to the future.
Yeah. You got to build on it all, even the bad, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I thank you for that. Well, Sandra, it is time to say goodbye to another calendar year. It is.
Yes.
But as we reflect on 2023, my hope is that this show played a role in the lives of everyone who tunes in, but even the greater community. There have been so many conversations covering a wide range of topics, including but not limited to mental health, sexuality, education, healthcare, sports, and so much more. Through these conversations, our goal is always to find solutions to the issues that we encounter. So whether it's Maya bringing her exclusive stories or the various hosts sharing their well-researched perspectives, we're hopeful that we've done enough to improve our community one conversation at a time. So that said, please don't forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve the community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. On behalf of everyone at Bermuda Communications Group, I'm wishing you all the happiest and healthiest holiday season. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you in 2024. She's Sandra Dorm. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great holiday season. We are out. Peace.